Also, when you are at British universities, you must understand that British universities are very international, okay? So you will be one of thousands of international students whose native language is not English. So you will not be the only foreign student, you will not be the only Brazilian student, but surely you won't be the only international student. So universities know that you need help with the language anyway. So let's say you achieve the score that you need, but you're not 100% sure about writing, about particularly writing essays, maybe academic writing, then most universities will have free university help. So basically that means while you are studying, you can take English classes. They will not be English language grammar classes. They will be English language practical academic classes. So you should take advantage of those as well. So even if you achieve the requirement, I think it's a good idea for you to use the resources of the university when you start your program. Okay, so that was language. Hopefully, again, we have a bit of time if you have any questions at the end. Or also, I have a table upstairs, so come and talk to me if we don't have time for questions about particular things about language. The personal statement. Okay, this is something maybe you are not used to. Every British university will ask you for a personal statement, okay, which basically is why do you want to study the course that you have chosen, okay? Now, I said the most important thing I think here is personal, because many people ask me, they say, Mark, can you give me an example of a good personal statement? Well, I say, well, I can't really do that because it's personal, and a good personal statement is from you and your own particular circumstances, okay? All the university wants to know is that you have chosen the right course for you and that you have the right kind of academic background. I think it's very important for you to understand that British universities are very academic focused, okay? So when you write about a personal statement, you should be talking about your academic preparation. So what have you studied? What did you like in your course? Why are you applying for this particular course now? Okay? It's not so much about why you want to go to the UK. Okay? Everybody will say, I want to go to the UK because it's an attractive culture, or I like, I don't know, something about the history of the UK. That's fine, no problem. But we really want to know why you individually want to choose this course, this particular course, at this particular university. Now, what you can do is you can use a general personal statement academically and then maybe just change one paragraph per university. So if you want to apply to 3 or 4 different universities, then you don't have to write a completely different document for each separate university. But what you want to do is at least maybe use one paragraph which focuses on the particular department or particular strength of the university. So it's an academic document. 1 page is normal, okay? Just talking about length, 1 to 2. Maximum 2, but 1 is normal. So don't think you have to write, pages and pages. So it's not a big document. 1 normal computer-sized page, 300, 400 words, something like that, is fine. Be honest. That's what I was saying before. Don't write what you think the university wants to hear. Don't write that. Because if you write that, then it will be the same as 100, 200 different personal statements. So be honest, talk from the heart. Everybody has their own story to tell academically, but as I said, talk about the courses that you've studied, why you like them, why you are passionate about them. Because if you want to do a postgraduate course, then I think that you must like the subject that you want to take. If you don't like the subject, then that's probably not the right decision. So I think it's basically saying, why do you like international relations? What is it about physics that makes you passionate about it? What is it about maths and statistics? What is it about finance? What is it about business? It doesn't have to be, it could be a practical thing. It could be that you want to work in that field, so you can talk about your aspirations to work in the field, but focus on the subject that you are wanting to study. I've already mentioned that, the academic focus rather than a general focus. Again, don't use a template. I don't think it's a good idea to download or to find an example on the internet and then to kind of change your situation. So try to be honest and original. That's what I said. You can use the same document for various applications. Many students here will choose maybe 3 or 5 universities to make an application. But like I said, you don't need to write a totally different document for each university, as long as you, perhaps I said, change or adapt one paragraph to the needs of that particular institution. Show some knowledge of the university in the paragraph that you change. You know, make sure that you show the university that you know something about what they do. The department, particularly, maybe there is one professor that you particularly like in terms of the work that he or she is doing. So you can mention that. That's always a good thing to do. Check the language. It might be again an obvious point, but maybe get somebody to look at the language as well. Make sure that it is grammatically correct. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, we understand that, you know, if I was to write an essay in Portuguese or in Spanish, then I'm sure you would forgive my grammatical errors. We forgive your grammatical errors, but make sure that it's not bad in English language. Okay, so make sure it's always good for somebody to have a look at it, because sometimes you can read the document 100 times and you don't see the change or the mistake. And if you give it to your friend, they go, in 5 minutes, they say, well, here, there's one mistake here and one mistake here and one mistake here. So just make sure that somebody looks at it for you as well. And don't get stressed. This is a general advice about this. The British universities have a very, very accessible application system. It is not difficult to make an application to British universities in practical sense. It's probably easier to make an application to a British university than it is to make an application to a local Brazilian university. I work in all of the Americas, and it's certainly true in Mexico, and it's certainly true in Colombia, so I'm pretty much sure that it's true in Brazil as well. So don't think it is this really stressful experience. Obviously, you need to make sure that you do the best that you can, so make sure you check everything, but it really is not a very difficult process. And help, that's me. If you do need help, then I am one of the resources that is available, and of course, the people upstairs are normally more than happy to help you with any questions and doubts that you have. Okay, nice pictures. Reference letters. Okay, so the next issue, most universities will ask you for 2 academic reference letters. Okay, just some key points. Normally, again, academic. Okay, the only exception to this is if you are applying to an MBA and you have lots of work experience and you're going to do a master's in business, then you could maybe replace one of these academic letters with a work-based letter. But if you are just graduating and you are going into a master's program straight after you finish university, then it should be academic letters, okay? And the key here is people that know you well, okay? Many people come to me and say, I want to get a reference from the university director, or, I don't know, the dean of X department. It doesn't matter who the person is. Their position is not important, okay? The important thing is that they gave you classes and they know about you on an individual level, so that they can say that you are a good student and hopefully be a little bit more specific. So say something specific about your academic ability. Okay, so Mr. or Miss X is good at this. She or he wrote a very good paper in my class, something like that. So a bit of personal academic knowledge.